Hello guys, my name is Rafi Folanda Anggika Putra. I'm from International Relation A4. My student number 2019-05-10178. I want to tell you about why we must prevent human trafficking. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning ladies and gentlemen. There are many forms of evil that exist on this earth. One of them is human trafficking. Currently, human trafficking has become a global problem and has been included as a form of transnational crime, which is well organized and occurs throughout the world. In the last 5 years, this crime have had a negative impact in many countries, including Indonesia. Human trafficking is not only a criminal issue, but is also related to the violation of the most fundamental human rights, namely the right to freedom, to have a decent life, to obtain welfare, and to human rights as creatures with dignity. Today, I will tell you 3 reasons why we should prevent human trafficking. First, it is a transnational crime and a global problem. Second, human trafficking violates human rights. Third, the impact experienced by victims of human trafficking is a poor physical and psychological health. The first reason why we should prevent human trafficking is because it is a transnational crime and a global problem. The reason for my statement is that this crime has occurred across various countries, meaning that there must be prevention efforts from international governments such as United Nations. According to the reports of Francis Timico of Congressional Research Service USA, 1 to 2 million people each year are estimated to be trafficked worldwide for the sex industry, slavery, 50,000 of whom are committed in the United States. Human trafficking is allegedly the third largest source of profit for criminal organizations in the world after drug and weapon business. The report also stated that the biggest victims of the illicit trades came from Asian countries, namely more than 225,000 people from Southeast Asia and 150,000 from the South Asia. That's a very high number, so there must be international law and human trafficking so that this number can be reduced and no longer a global problem. The second reason why we should prevent human trafficking is because human trafficking violates human rights. The reason for my statement is that the victims of human trafficking are exploited, such as being used to satisfy sex and not getting paid, slavery, and etc. According to an organization under the ILO, namely IPEC, currently the total number of sex workers in Indonesia is estimated at 650,000 people. Referring to the 2 reports, it means that around 195,000 girls in Indonesia are employed as commercial sex. Of course, this violates human rights because it employs humans by force and only satisfies the desires of their employers. It certainly demeans the dignity of human being. The third reason why we must prevent human trafficking is because the impact experienced by victims of human trafficking is poor physical and psychological health. The reason for my statement is that the victim could have suffered a mental attack after returning from the country where he worked. Because, as we know, the victims of human trafficking are forced to work non-stop, practice slavery, and etc. The United States of America Department of State in 2011 reported that child prostitution has destroyed the life and futures of children who are victims. They are experiencing prolonged physical and psychological trauma, contacting sexually transmitted disease including HIV or AIDS, addiction to addictive substance, unwanted pregnancies, and experiencing social isolation, poor nutrition, even lead to death. So, we must educate ourselves to avoid the bad effect of human trafficking. To quickly recap, this form of human trafficking must be prevented. This crime has become a transnational crime and a global problem, so there must be firm efforts from the international community and cooperation between countries, so that is easy to prevent this crime. After all, this crime is very detrimental to the country because it has damaged the future generation of the country. Hopefully, in the future, there will be no more crimes like this. Okay, thank you for your attentions. I really appreciate that you took the time to be here and listen to my presentations. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.